Hello, my name's Marcia Hampton. I'm the Assistant City Manager with the City of Douglasville, and welcome to another edition of Legislative Post. Today, my guest is our newly hired Human Resources Director, and I'd like to introduce Ms. Teaa Allston. Welcome, Teaa.
Thank you for having me.
Well, Ms. Teaa joins us with a wealth of knowledge in human resources. I think that we have definitely hired someone with a great deal of expertise to take us to where we feel like we need to go as a local government. And I'll start with her telling us a little bit about your background and what you bring to us here at the city.
Thank you, Marcia. Well, my background, of course, is in the human resources field. I have over 10 years of experience in human resources, beginning with being a safety coordinator for a local nonprofit agency. And making sure that that company was in compliance with all safety regulations, OSHA regulations. From there on, I went on as a HR manager for a state agency, a foster care agency, as their HR manager, contracted services with that company. It was quite the experience, and it also gave me more insight into the HR industry. From there, I went on to the City of Union City, which is a local municipality, as their HR administrator. I was there for 5 years, leading that HR department as the sole HR professional. It allowed me to get an understanding of local government and the inner workings of government and how it works. And then, of course, here, landing my role as an HR director for the City of Douglasville.
Okay. Well, for those who are familiar with human resources can cover a wide variety of things. What would you say is your most favorite aspect of human resources and how you can apply that to us here in Douglasville?
I would say my most favorite aspect would be employee relations. I feel that I was gifted with the skills and knowledge to be able to help people and to give back in a way that allowed me to couple my HR knowledge with helping others. There are so many different types of employees, and they have different and unique circumstances and backgrounds that they come into the HR department with. So I feel like if at the end of the day I can leave with helping someone, then that's all the job satisfaction that I need.
Okay.
So I would say employee relations.
So employee relations, and we have a little bit over 250 employees here at the city, and you've been with us. Has it been 30 days yet?
It has been, yes.
You've made your 30-day mark.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about your first 30 days and what you've been able to experience here so far.
Well, my first 30 days, I feel like I came in, rolled up my sleeves, and got an understanding of the goals and the direction that you as the Assistant City Manager and the city would like to go in for HR. I feel that once I came in, of course, meeting all the employees and the department directors and getting familiar with mayor and council, and I feel that we've hit the ground running with tasks like performance evaluations, position classifications, benefits, and health and wellness. I feel are some of the goals, the immediate goals of the city, and I feel that the department is doing a good job with making sure that we're on task and moving forward with those delegations.
Okay. And if you can, you've been here 30 days now, and if you could take a look down the road, so this time next year, what would you feel most proud about that you would have been able to accomplish looking back?
Two of the goals that I would like to see the department succeed at is implementing an effective wellness program. I think health insurance and health overall is a big topic in today's business world, and I think that once we have those two programs up and running and flowing smoothly, and employees can see the benefit of those programs, I think that those are two goals that I can stand proud on.
Now, talk to us a little bit more about health and wellness and try to explain, because I know even at your former location and other municipalities across Georgia, they have health and wellness programs. And talk to us a little bit about the benefit of that and why employees should be eagerly engaged in those.
Well, first of all, we all know that health insurance cost is on the rise. And a good way to tackle that challenge is to make sure that we have healthy employees. I previously implemented a former municipality's first health and wellness program where I engaged employees monthly with initiatives that allowed them to have trainings as well as initiatives like 5K run and walks, Biggest Loser challenges, just to name a few. And when employees feel engaged and they feel that the company is concerned overall about their well-being, then they in turn become concerned about their well-being and will do something about it. And I think that, health is a very important topic today, and in the future it will be. And if we can make sure that our employees are engaged in doing their best and putting their best foot forward to stay healthy, that will in turn help the city cut down on some of the costs and the premiums and the claims, and so it's a win-win for all.
Yeah, I agree, and I personally I look forward to it because I do believe a healthy employee is a very healthy employee overall, and that means the production of work. And when you don't feel well,
Right.
it's hard to be able to produce.
Absolutely.
Now you mentioned training. I know that we have one of the goals that you and I talked about moving forward was to go back to some traditional onset of some of those standardized trainings that we have maybe not necessarily kept up with as we should have. Talk to us a little bit about some of those things that you would like to accomplish in the area of training for employees over the next year.
Well, I would like to work together with Kaiser, which is our healthcare carrier, to bring to the city trainings that will focus on the individual's health. It could be anything from stress trainings, how to relieve stress, to financial wellness, which is also a part of an overall wellness program, or maybe engaging employees in friendly competition of healthy teams, and implementing teams that will target different health topics. I think some of those things combined with, again, employee engagement will start the process of a good health and wellness program.
Good. Well, now you talked about health and wellness. Are there some other things that you would like to tackle within the next 12 months?
There are many things I would like to tackle. Time is of the essence.
Yes.
However, safety I also feel is another important topic that I feel, companies tend to let fall by the wayside, if
Right.
you will. Not only are healthy employees valuable, safe employees, we want our employees to feel safe
Right.
as well in the workplace. And just bringing, again, trainings to the employees and departments that will allow them to be mindful of the littlest things all the way up to the big things as it relates to safety, which will help us cut down on our workers' comp injuries. And it will just, overall allow the employees to have a safe-minded point of view when they come into work. So.
Very good, very good. And I know that you have not only been busy with some of the things that you've talked about earlier as far as implementation and some of the projects that we had ongoing, you've also been busy with recruiting.
Yes.
I know when you came on board, you also were faced with a resignation letter from one of our employees who moved on for better opportunities to another municipality. So talk to us about where you are in the recruitment process and where you see the department being as far as their focus for their employees for the city of Douglasville.
Well, I definitely think recruitment is a very a main component of human resources, period. If you have an HR department that is very strong in recruitment and learning how to, or I'm sorry, not learning how to, but knowing how to identify top talent and recruiting those individuals into the city of Douglasville and retaining those individuals, I think that we would fare well going forward in the recruitment arena. Yes, we did have someone that submitted a resignation letter upon my first week of hire, but we have successfully recruited for that position, and we are bringing someone on board as a senior HR generalist who I feel will complement the city and bring a wealth of knowledge to HR, in HR to the city. and she will begin working next week, and will be joining the HR team that we currently have in place. So I definitely think recruitment is very important overall for all departments. Attracting and retaining top talent will definitely is a win for the city.
Okay. So before we close, if you had some comments about your vision, the department's vision for the city, what would you say that vision would be if you were speaking to some of our local citizens, and what would you say if you were speaking to the employee base as a whole?
I believe that stellar HR services and customer service is very key for an HR department. When citizens look at HR, they are mostly looking at what jobs that we have available and who are the key players in the department that they can reach out to and ask questions and follow up on their applications. So I believe that having the first point of contact and follow through for citizens is definitely important, and is definitely my vision. When I think of employees in HR, I think of employees being able to come in, having an open door policy first, and employees being able to come in and feel that they can talk to any one of the HR professionals in the department to help them in whatever it is that they need help with. I feel that if we are providing top-notch services coupled with HR knowledge, I feel that employees will feel secure and they will trust in the HR department to be there for them and to make sure that they're taken care of.
Well, and I like that word trust. I think that that's a key component in what we try to provide for our employees, and that's having a department that they can trust, that they can rely on. So I do appreciate that. I appreciate your first 30 plus days here at the city. You've been a breath of fresh air, as the mayor says. It's been very helpful in a sense to be able to have someone that can just walk in and hit the ground running, specifically with all those things that you talked about that we have as far as challenges ahead of us. Well, again, welcome aboard. Appreciate having you on the show. And again, my name's Marcia Hampton, and thank you for joining us on this edition of Legislative Post.